International School of Development. Thank you for the enlightening speech. I have learned a lot. And, climate change is now becoming a major challenge for all countries, including China and most countries in Africa. And so I wonder, what is your plan to fight against climate risk, and especially extreme weather? And how would you like to deepen your cooperation on climate with China in the future? Thank you.
Thank you very much. As you say correctly, climate change has no boundaries. The effects of climate change affect all countries, maybe not in the same way, not as the bigger burden is shared by countries in the global south, maybe to a great extent in Africa, and we should step up what I said in my statement. The current international financial architecture do not have the requisite resources to finance development and climate action. And that is why it is our belief that there is need for reform of the international financial architecture to be in tandem and to synchronize the international financial architecture with the realities of today, that we have serious shocks that come as a result of climate change, droughts, floods that result in serious devastation in many parts of the world. And there is no adequate resources to be able to mitigate the effects of serious climate effects on countries, especially those in the global south. And therefore, it is our push, and we're very happy that we are making progress to the realization that there is need to have a financial architecture that is sensitive and responsive to the realities of the moment. It is our considered view that beyond the reform of the financial architecture is new sources of funding, new sources of raising resources to finance development and to finance climate action. And that is why we are saying there is need for us to look at carbon taxation. And finally, is to engage in adaptation, making sure that we mitigate the effects of climate change. It is the reason why we're working with China and other partners in climate action, and the contribution of China in the fields that I have said, in generation that is generation of energy, that is clean energy using solar panels, the reduction of use of carbon footprint using e-vehicles is a significant contribution towards managing the effects of climate change, and therefore the partnership between Africa and Kenya, for that matter, and China is significant in both mitigating the effects of climate change, raising the necessary resources, and making sure that we engage in adaptation all the way to managing the environment.
Thank you very much.
谢谢总统阁下。由于时间关系呢，我们提最后一个问题，我们把这个机会留给我们的留学生代表，请中间靠左的那位同学。
Thank you. I'm Lichuma Clinton from Kenya. I'm a beneficiary of China-Kenya bilateral ties. I have a scholarship through the UDA party and the CPP party. I got a scholarship from MOFCOM, and I'm doing masters in public policy ending in July. My question is, what are African leaders doing in terms of reverting, because we are more dependent on resource-dependent economies rather than knowledge-based economies? And how are African leaders going to negotiate with international partners for better, equitable, and mutual benefits for both parties? Thank you.
Thank you very much. You're right, and I spoke in my statement, if you followed my statement, the knowledge economy, the economy, the future of trade is not necessarily going to be trading goods or products. The future is going to be trade in services. That is where growth is significant. And trade in services means that we invest in people, we invest in education, we invest in training. It is the reason why Kenya spends 30% of our national budget in education and training. We spend $5 billion every year in education because the future is in people and trading services. It is also the reason why, working with friends from all continents, we are expanding our footprint on fiber optic to be able to do more on digital jobs, digital commerce, because that's where the future lies. And so even as we look into the future, we are making ourselves competitive by investing in the areas that have growth going into the future. That's number one. Number two, we are also reforming our institutions. For example, the Africa Union is being reformed so that we can better negotiate, we can improve our tools of negotiation with other parts of the world, so that even if it is trading goods or even trading services, we can negotiate better if we build the muscle to act together. It is also the reason why there is the South-to-South cooperation that brings into the equation the relationship between Africa and China and Asia and others, so that we can better negotiate ourselves into business, into opportunities, into the future, and also insulate ourselves from unilateral action from others who may want to take advantage of the muscle that they have. So this whole building of coalitions that would help improve our position of trade, of investment, are the two sides of what we are doing. We are investing in our people so that we create advantages for the future, especially in the areas of trade, in services and other spaces. And especially as we look into the future, Africa is going to have a quarter of the world's workforce by 2050. That gives us advantage. And we need to make sure that we sharpen that workforce, we make it fit for purpose, so that we can take full advantage of that workforce the way China has taken in half of this century. We intend to prepare ourselves to take over the advantage in the next half of this century. Thank you very much.
再次感谢总统阁下对同学们提出问题所做出的富有洞见的解答。您的分享不仅拓宽了我们的国际视野，而且加深了我们对肯尼亚发展现状和前景的理解。我们相信今天的交流将成为北京大学与肯尼亚进一步深化合作的重要契机。我们期待未来